Every single week, the average American family throws away $40, not on expired food, but on pricing tricks they never even notice. The average American family spends $14,000 a year on groceries. That's more than car payments, more than utilities, more than streaming, insurance, and gym memberships combined. But here's the number nobody talks about. $2,000 of that is pure waste. Not expired food sitting in the back of your fridge. Not impulse candy bars at checkout. We're talking about systematic pricing tricks, store layout psychology, and timing mistakes that silently drain your wallet every single week. Today, we're breaking down the 8 biggest grocery money traps, backed by data from the USDA, consumer research, and retail industry insiders. And by the end, you'll have a proven system to cut your grocery bill by 15 to 23%. Let's start with something you've probably never thought about. The physical layout of your grocery store is engineered to make you spend more. The produce section is always at the entrance, not because fruits and vegetables need to be first, but because colorful, fresh food triggers a psychological response. It makes you feel healthy and virtuous, which makes you more likely to add junk food later without guilt. The dairy and bread aisles? Always in the back. That forces you to walk through the entire store just to grab milk, passing hundreds of products along the way. The industry calls this the racetrack layout, and it adds an average of $15 to every shopping trip. A study from the Journal of Marketing found that shoppers who follow the perimeter first path spend 27% less than those who wander every aisle. End cap displays, those big product stacks at the end of each aisle, are premium advertising space. Brands pay stores $10,000 to $50,000 per end cap per month. Those products aren't on sale. They're there because someone paid for that placement. Quick tip: make a list organized by store section, enter with a specific route in mind, and never browse aimlessly. That single habit saves the average family $780 a year. Here's mistake number 2, and it costs the average family $320 a year. Most people assume bigger packages are always cheaper per unit. They're not. A 2024 Consumer Reports analysis found that in 35% of cases, the smaller package actually had a lower unit price. Retailers call this the quantity surcharge. They know you'll grab the family size without checking the math. The fix is simple. Look at the unit price label. It's that tiny number on the shelf tag that shows the cost per ounce, per pound, or per count. Most shoppers ignore it completely. An ALDI versus Walmart comparison found that unit prices on identical products varied by up to 47%. Even within the same store, switching brands based on unit price alone saves $6 to $8 per trip. Over 52 weeks, that's $312 to $416 a year. Here's the catch: some stores deliberately make unit price labels hard to read, using small fonts or inconsistent units. One product shows cost per ounce, the next shows cost per 100 grams. Always do the math. Your phone calculator takes 3 seconds and can save you hundreds. This one is pure timing strategy. Most major grocery chains reset their weekly sales cycle on Wednesday. That means Wednesday is when the old sale prices overlap with the new ones, giving you access to the best deals from 2 weeks at once. The USDA's Food Price Outlook data shows that prices on promoted items are 28 to 40% lower than regular shelf prices. If you shop on Wednesday instead of Saturday, you catch both the ending deals and the fresh ones. Kroger, Publix, Albertsons, and Safeway all follow this Wednesday cycle. Walmart's rollbacks don't follow a weekly cycle, but their price-matching guarantees mean you can use competitors' Wednesday ads. Target resets on Sunday, so Sunday or Monday shopping there captures the best overlap. Beyond the weekly cycle, there's a monthly pattern too. Grocery prices dip in the first week of each month when stores push harder to compete for your first paycheck. Shopping in that first week window saves an additional 5 to 8% on promoted items. Most people buy produce whenever they feel like it. That's a $400 mistake. Seasonal pricing on fruits and vegetables can swing by 40 to 60% depending on the time of year. Strawberries in December cost $4.99 a pound. In June, The same berries are $1.99. That's a 60% premium for buying out of season. The USDA's Seasonal Produce Guide shows clear patterns. Stone fruits, peaches, plums, nectarines hit their lowest prices in July and August. Apples are cheapest September through November. Citrus drops 30 to 40% from December through March. Root vegetables, potatoes, carrots, onions are cheapest October through February. But here's the real strategy. Buy seasonal produce at peak cheapness and freeze it. A $40 chest freezer pays for itself in 2 months. Berries, peppers, corn, and spinach all freeze well for 6 to 8 months with no quality loss. One family tracked their spending and found that seasonal buying plus batch freezing cut their produce bill from $130 per month to $78, a 40% savings, or $624 a year. This might be the most controversial grocery debate of all, name brand versus store brand. And the data is overwhelming. A Consumer Reports taste test across 65 product categories found that store brands scored equal to or higher than name brands in 73% of blind tastings. That includes items like cereal, canned goods, cheese, pasta, frozen vegetables, and even ice cream. Why? Because in many cases, they're literally the same product made in the same factory. Costco's Kirkland batteries are manufactured by Duracell. Walmart's Great Value peanut butter comes from the same Conagra plants as Peter Pan. Trader Joe's products come from suppliers like PepsiCo, Stacy's, and Annie's. The average price gap between name brand and store brand is 25 to 30%. On a typical $270 weekly grocery trip, switching just the items where store brand quality matches would save $40 to $55 per week. That's $2,080 to $2,860 per year from a single change. Quick tip, start with staples. Store brand flour, sugar, salt, baking soda, canned tomatoes, and dried pasta are virtually identical. Then expand to products where you genuinely can't tell the difference. The final 10 feet of your grocery store are the most expensive real estate in retail. Those candy bars, magazines, gum packs, and mini snacks at checkout are called impulse purchases, and they are the single highest margin section in the entire store. The average American spends $5,400 a year on impulse purchases, and $1,200 of that happens at grocery store checkouts alone. Retailers call this the decompression zone. You've been making rational decisions for 30 minutes, your decision fatigue is high, and suddenly you're standing in line staring at chocolate. That placement isn't random. Brands pay grocery chains $1.5 million per year per SKU for checkout placement. Those $1.99 items generate higher profit margins than anything else in the store, often 50 to 70% gross margin compared to 2 to 3% on regular groceries. The defense is simple but powerful. Use self-checkout when possible. It removes the impulse zone entirely. If you're in a regular line, keep your phone out and your eyes on your shopping list. Families who switched to self-checkout reported cutting impulse spending by 60%. This is where modern technology becomes your biggest advantage. Most people think coupons died in the 1990s. They didn't. They just moved digital, and they got a lot more powerful. The 3 tools every smart shopper needs are a store loyalty app, a cashback app, and a price tracking browser extension. Store apps, Kroger, Target Circle, Walmart Plus, offer digital coupons that automatically clip when you scan. These save 5 to 12% per trip. Cashback apps like Ibotta, Fetch Rewards, and Checkout 51 give you money back on specific purchases, even store brand items. The average active user earns $150 to $300 per year. Browser extensions like Honey and Capital One Shopping automatically check for lower prices and coupon codes when you shop online for grocery delivery. Here's the real power move, stacking. Use a store coupon plus a manufacturer coupon plus a cashback app on the same item. A $5 cereal becomes $2.10 after a $1 store coupon, a 75-cent manufacturer coupon, and a $1.15 Ibotta cashback. That's 58% off a single item. Across a full cart, stacking saves an average of $18 to $25 per trip, or $936 to $1,300 per year. Everything we've covered leads to one master strategy. It's called the planned shopping method, and it's backed by research from Cornell University's Food and Brand Lab. Shoppers who use a structured list spend 23% less than those who wing it. But the method goes beyond just writing a list. Step 1. Plan your meals for the week before you write a single item down. Meal planning alone reduces food waste by 25%, saving the average family $1,500 per year in thrown-away food. Step 2. Check your pantry, fridge, and freezer before creating your list. 40% of duplicate purchases happen because shoppers forget what they already have at home. Step 3. Organize your list by store section so you follow a planned route, avoiding the racetrack trap we covered in Scene 1. Step 4. Set a budget before you walk in. Research shows that shoppers who set a specific dollar amount spend 19% less than those who say, "I'll keep it reasonable." Step 5. Shop alone when possible. Shopping with a partner adds an average of $20 per trip in unplanned purchases. Shopping with children adds $35 to $50. None of this requires sacrifice. You're not eating less. You're not buying worse food. You're just removing the psychological traps that cost your family $2,000 every year. So here's the question. Which of these 8 grocery traps has been costing you the most money? Drop it in the comments. And if this video saves your family even $50 a month, hit subscribe, because we break down money-saving data like this every single week.